Hello, this is Michelle. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do a review of a game called Gotzendiener. So this game is made for the PC Engine, which is made by NEC and Hudson. The game was produced or animated by Gainax, who is famous for doing Evangelion and many other anime things as well. They did a lot of animations for video games at the time. This is kind of a unique one. So here you see a story about that I can't read all of it, don't know the full story completely, but it's about a princess. And so her castle gets attacked, which you can see is about to happen here. So our princess is here in this castle, and evil comes and grabs her. Typical damsel in distress, as usual. So this is from that era when the damsel in distress trope was still very much alive. So as you can see, an army comes to try and rescue the princess, because that's what happens in these kinds of video games. So here is our legendary hero, who of course is here to save the day. So as you can see, he's made his way through. He's in the evil castle, comes up against this demon lord here, and you can see our princess is captured here. So this game is called Gotzendiener, and it's basically, you know, a typical damsel in distress story, rescue the princess, so on and so forth. Except, as it happens, it's not. Our hero has defeated the demon boss thing, and then promptly dies. Instead, the princess, who somehow breaks free of her chains, falls down to find that both the hero and the villain that was holding her are dead. So now we're going to pick up the sword, and we get a cutscene. Suddenly our damsel in distress is now completely subverted, and she is in fact the main character, who is not so much in distress into this point, as she has managed to outlive the legendary hero. She has shod her very in-the-way dress for some pantaloon-looking things, and now must try and find her way out of this castle. So, here's how this game works. You press the A button to pull out your sword. This is an isometric game, and it's kind of an exploration, kind of a mixture. You have to find items and things as well, open doors. It's, I wouldn't say that it's reminiscent of Prince of Persia, but it sort of is. At least it has a feel that's similar to that. To me, anyway. So, you can put your sword back and then walk around more freely. So the first thing you'll note about this game, if you're sitting down to play it, so there's something behind there, is that the controls are goofy. So, this game is an isometric viewpoint. But rather than picking the up button to be a certain direction and then so on, the up button direction changes depending on which way you're facing. So the up button moves forward, the back moves back. And the left and right also move forward and back. So see, I'm pressing up now. So here, let me give you an example. I'm pressing down, and then I move over to press right, and I'm still going in the same direction. If I press up, and then I move over to left, it's the same. To change directions, you have to actually press the diagonals. Which means that you kind of have to really mash on the buttons to get a good directional change. Kind of frustrating. But as you get used to it, it's not so terribly bad. But it's still kind of bad. This is apparently a game known for having lots of kind of brutal ways that you can die in it. I can't really necessarily say how strong it is in the feminism score because I haven't played it enough. But from what I remember of reading about it and things, it's not so intense. So here, I've just tried to climb down that ladder and the ladder broke. So you can see that's sort of a trap scenario there. But, interestingly enough, I can pick up the ladder. So, if you see down at the bottom there are little jewel-looking things. That's my health. If I use this statue, it will heal my health. Let's pick the ladder back up. So, as I mentioned, there are a lot of puzzle aspects to this game as well. It's not just fighting, you know, that kind of thing. It's almost as if Shadowgate was 3D but had more combat. So I can push this, and if I push it down, it falls down to the floor below. I can also fall down that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to climb up these stairs here. Ladder, not stairs. So now I'm in a room that I couldn't get to before. So I'm going to pull this out of the way. So that it's not blocking the door. See if I can push it in here. Okay. Now I can open this door whenever I need to. So that I don't have to take the long way back around. And as you can see, I have a little bit of trouble changing directions sometimes. So that part can get a little bit annoying. So now I'm back on the floor where I was chained up just a few minutes ago there. And if you want to, you can actually drop down onto that ledge, but it will give you a little bit of damage. So I'm going to pull this, and that lists the chains that you saw kind of in the side there. In the other screens. Okay. Come down here. The soundtrack is a little bit slow. Oh, and my disc is not loading there for taking a second there to load. This particular this particular PC engine needs some adjustment, I think. Oh, oops. I'll leave that there. I don't think I'll need it. So now, by pulling the lever, I've opened this stairway up. And then I can come here. down this stairway. I have played this game a little bit, just to kind of get a feel of it, and to test some hardware out. But it's a fairly unique game for the time period, especially when you consider this is a Japanese game, and oftentimes in these games, you know, you had the whole damsel in distress thing going on. And occasionally, they did try and sort of subvert that. This is an interesting example of it. You hear the music's changed, and now I've got this big loud bell thing. You see here there's some enemy dudes. They're all piled up. And in the background, over this way, here there is a giant statue, which you will see. If I hit that bell, then it brings me up to the top here, and see this is a giant statue, kind of like a giant Buddha statue would be. These wooden doors I can't get through. At least I don't know how to get through them. Since the last time I played it. But let's see, over here somewhere. Perhaps I have to go down some stairs. Nope, here it is. So here is a sledgehammer. And you can fight enemies with it. Also, you can I'm not going to go that way, actually. You can press the 2 button. I probably said B and A earlier, but it's 1 and 2 on PC Engine. Anyway, you can press the 2 button and switch between... the controls, I keep trying to turn left and I eat out of the staircase and end up going back down the staircase by mistake. So anyway, you can switch your movement speed with the when you have this hammer. So I think what I'm supposed to do is use the hammer on this. Yeah, here we go. And now maybe I can climb up this ladder. Oh, but I have to get rid of the hammer first. No. Okay. Well, that doesn't look good. No, I don't want to climb. No. I meant to pull out. I was trying to pull out my sword there. Oh dear. No. So as you can see, there are a little bit of problems with the controls and stuff. It's a little bit strange. Oh no, that's not an enemy. I can fly on it apparently. And now it has put me somewhere else. What is that? Must be a bell. Maybe I can use the hammer on that. Something like that. So yeah, this is Gotzendiener. It's a, you know, puzzle action kind of isometric game. And oh, here I'm on the other side of the wood. I wonder if I can pick this up. I can move it. Kind of unique. Interesting. And also does play around with the damsel in distress trope. Although, unfortunately, that also means putting your heroine in danger. Oh, I cut a rope, so I don't know what happens there. Maybe that has something to do with that big bell. Let's try that. So I have just cut both of the bell ropes. Let's see what that does. Oh, if I go down this... No, if I go up this ladder... Well, it stopped the bells, so that's interesting. I wonder what happens if I go down here. Oh, it's the same area. Okay. So, yeah. It's interesting. Kind of clunky. The controls are definitely very awkward. Which is kind of sad because it could have been... It's very easy to make isometric controls work better than this. But for some reason they didn't quite understand what they were doing. It does, however, remind me very much of, now that I think about it, both the Landstalker and Lady Stalker games that were popular on the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, where you have an isometric viewpoint and kind of puzzle action, you know, platforming kind of things, which were made by the same company that made, what was it they made? Was it Ark the Lad, maybe? Or, maybe that's right, Ark the Lad, I think. Because it was kind of a series. Lady Stalker and Landstalker are connected. And for the record, Lady Stalker doesn't mean you go stalk ladies. It's a lady who is a treasure hunter under the title of a stalker, but it's not like stalker, like creeping on people stalker. It's actually a very actiony, comedic kind of mixture game. But yeah, anyway, so this is Gotzendiener, and I don't know what to do next, so I'm gonna let you go. Oh, okay. Guess you press that button and you get a noise. Okay. See you next time. Bye.